Welcome to GottaBeReel movie reviews with Thommi.
Hello.
And Jules. And right now we're reviewing Halloween Ends. We looked so forward to this. I knew it was going to be booty, but you know, Thommi likes to keep hope alive. This is her genre. This is her favorite thing. And she was keeping that hope alive and almost went to the movie theaters to see it. This particular movie is in the movie theaters, and it also came out on Peacock. So you can see it for free if you have Peacock, or, you know, if you're paying for that prescription.
And there was some people... subscription.
If you're paying for that subscription.
I need a prescription after watching this, so you are... Listen. There were people who wanted to see this at the theaters, which typically I would have too, because of what we thought it was going to be. I'm going to hold back my melodramatics. I think all of us were extremely disappointed, and I'm gonna let you go over. Go ahead, Jules.
All right.
I
So
need a
it's
minute.
rated R. It's an hour and 51 minutes, and it stars, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis.
It's our scream queen.
As Lori. Andy Matichak as Allison. She plays her granddaughter. She was also in the previous Halloweens, the 2018, 2021. James Jude Courtney as the Shape. He was in the Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills 2021 as well. I like when they bring people back. That's why I'm mentioning. Rowan Campbell as Corey. You might recognize him from Snowpiercer or Operation Christmas Drop. I didn't recognize him, and I haven't seen either one of both of those. I've seen both of them.
Okay.
He had a small role in Snowpiercer. So.
Okay.
Will Patton plays Frank. And Kyle Richards, you know her from The Housewives.
She was in the last one. She plays
Lindsay, but she was also in Halloween 1978 as a little girl.
Was she?
Yeah.
Well, see, I didn't know, because sometimes when I would be at the gym, they would play those Real Housewife shows, and it was either that or sports.
Yeah.
So I kind of watched a little bit of it, but I didn't notice she was already an actress. And
yeah, she and her sister.
That's interesting.
They're actresses. And she was in Halloween Kills 2021. She was in one of those Escape from Witch Mountain or whatever. She's like uncredited, but she played a younger version of her sister in that.
Okay. Well, you can say what the summary is, because really, never mind. Let me go ahead. Let me let you. I'm getting upset. Let me go ahead, Jules. Go ahead.
All right. So this one's set 4 years after the last Halloween, and Lori and Allison, they buy a home. They're trying to start fresh in the town. She's like, no more living like hermits, and you know, wow.
They should have just stayed living like hermits.
And no more, you know, being prepared for something that might not ever come. We're going to try to live our lives. And so she starts writing her memoir. They're trying to get back into society and get back into life and start living again.
Because Allison really wants to kind of be normal. She wants a normal life after dealing with all the trauma, you know, of her mother getting killed in the last one. Yeah,
the movie starts off with the Corey character. We're seeing him babysitting a little boy. And a big accident happens with that. So Corey... I think I could probably say what happens, because it's not fully giving anything away. But
I don't know if that was in the trailer. I don't know if that was in. I don't recall that being in the trailer.
But something happens, and Corey ends up kind of getting stunted in his life and still living with his parents.
Some trauma.
And the town hates him. He has some trauma, and so he's not feeling very confident within himself. But Lori sees something in him, and she's trying to help him. And she also thinks, this is a good candidate for my granddaughter. I don't know really where she saw that.
I don't either.
In her meeting with Corey, but hey.
Why are you going to team her up with somebody who already has this trauma that he's dealing with?
I guess it's because the way the town treats them, because I didn't like... Let's get into this.
That might be it. Maybe they felt, because you're kind of like, you're like a black sheep of this town like us, maybe let's link up.
This writing was atrocious with all capital letters, not just the A, okay? This was horrible writing. How are you going to write in this script a character telling Lori's granddaughter, your grandmother taunted a mentally ill man, which made him kill everybody? Like,
I didn't even get where they got that
from.
And he wasn't the only one that said it. First of all, I'm like, what are they talking about? She taunted him. The only thing she's ever tried to do is when he come out, she might try to, you know, he's about to kill people. So let me see if I can maybe reel him into my area to set him up. But she never taunted him and tried to force him out. That was never the case. I don't know where that came from. First of all,
I don't know where that came from.
The first 45 minutes, if I didn't know that I was watching Halloween, I wouldn't have known that I was watching Halloween, because it wasn't even about Michael Myers. No. I'm like, what movie here we go with this. Let's appease the pop culture.
Yeah.
First of all, you got this kid who had this bad trauma. He's not a bad person. Some bad stuff happened the way it went down. It was actually pretty awful.
Yeah.
But it wasn't his fault. Okay.
But they blame him for that. The town does.
The first
Obviously
45 minutes. Is it Michael Myers? What is this about?
Yeah.
It almost felt like two different movies. It was like they said, let's just make a movie about this kid, and then let's throw some Mikey in there for a few thrills.
Then when we see him, and this is not, I don't feel like this is giving anything away. I've said this before. Look, Halloween started what, 1978? Right? This man is old. This man is old. He is old. I don't care how evil he is. He's got to be somewhere around
evil never dies.
90-ish or something. And you can tell when they show him that he's not doing too great. So that kind of sucked too, because even though you know he's old, you expect to see him at full strength. I mean, he builds the strength up somehow, apparently. I guess
it's part of the character.
I guess the evil builds back up.
It's part of the slasher character that we expect from Mikey to be this evil slasher. They made him like a cupcake.
Yeah.
The kills weren't even interesting, first of all. It barely was even about him in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then the way they took this kid, right? So you got this kid who we feel empathy for because of what happened when he was babysitting, okay?
Yes.
We feel empathy. And then they basically just force us to completely remove the empathy and see him as a bad guy. And I'm like, what? And I'm not even going to tell. There's some stuff in here I can't tell you because I want you to see it for yourself. But first of all, Michael Myers works alone. Okay? There's no teaming up. There's no doing a protege, any of that. So it's like they took two different movies, plotted them together, and then they have her writing like a memoir. That's all soft and lovey and fluffy and cute, but it doesn't belong in this movie. This Halloween has always had that 80s slasher type of formula, even though it came out a little bit before him, but it's always had that formula, and that's what it's mostly stuck with most of the time. Some are better than others, but you feel Halloween when you hear that music. You didn't even feel that watching this movie. Like I'm dumbfounded as to who thought this was going to be good. And we don't need to end it on a soft note. This needs to be vicious. What I expected was this to be vicious, bloody fighting to the bitter end. I had predicted that Mikey and Laurie would kill each other and that would end it. I thought that would have made it go out with a bang. I was almost close. They almost did kill each other.
You just kind of gave something away right
there. No, almost.
And
they fight the whole time. But the thing is, it didn't come to play as any of us thought. It didn't even make sense I'm sorry, this is two different stories.
It seemed like two different movies. Like they had the good movie at the end, like the last 20 minutes or something, and they were like, we have to fill something in at the beginning. Yeah. So let's do that, and then we chop this in at the end, what you really want to see. Yeah. And
it was like, what? I have to be perfectly honest, okay? I'm on different pages and blogs and whatnot. I have not heard one single person say they enjoyed this movie.
No.
Every single person has gone in on it. This movie is absolutely trash. The writing was terrible.
It was terrible.
Not terrible, terrible.
Charles Barkley, terrible. I'm saying that's terrible. Like he says terrible.
He says that all the time. No, but it wasn't good. And see, this, of course, was supposed to come out last year. You know, the Halloweens were a year behind because of the COVID pandemic, blah, blah, blah. We expected this to go out with a bang because they've done pretty good with the Halloweens. We knew it was time for it to end.
I kind of knew it was going to be booty.
But how could you do that to the very last one?
You know what I recall, though? There was another Halloween.
Season of the Witch?
In the 90s. No. It came out like in the 90s or something. And they had his niece, the little girl. And she looked him in the eyes, and she started.
Oh, was she the one who had a little clown suit on one?
Yes,
that was
and
so.
She was going to become a killer.
Yeah.
So this one kind of did a little bit of the same with it, but not as good.
Not
good
even.
As all.
I liked that
because they
one.
focused way too much on the Corey character.
Yeah, and it's like this doesn't have anything to do with Michael Myers.
It was more like Corey.
But what they did is like they said they took two different movies and figured let me splice them together.
Yeah,
let's just splice it together and let's try to mix a little bit in here to make it stick, and let's call it Halloween. Really, Y'all really did that for the last Halloween.
I feel like if you're gonna call it Halloween Ends, I'm gonna need to see some. I'm gonna need to see some Michael Myers fighting to the end,
like a vicious,
from the beginning to the end.
Thank you.
We'll start off with some whole different storyline about this kid Corey and his life and all of that.
And it makes no sense the way they had him. Like I said, us giving him empathy, and then they just completely flipped it midway through. It's like, what are y'all doing?
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. It's borderline spoiler, but it's not really. Okay. Towards the end, too. Some people are killed. They're killed in a junkyard, okay? At the very end, can I say, you know,
Don't say
happens.
That.
Something happens. We end up back in the junkyard. Where's these bodies? The fence was ran over. The fence is miraculously back up in less than an hour. Like, the writing was horrible. That's what I'm talking about. Heinous. Like, nobody's seeing any of these bodies. There's like 5 of them. Nobody. The fence is back up. Like,
lackluster. It was
Are we dumb?
You know what? I'm gonna just say the movie started and ended lackluster. We didn't get the boom.
That's the perfect
We didn't
word.
get the Halloween slasher that we used to, and we are.
You barely got it.
I'm heartbroken. I'm angry. I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
I just can't believe this. Like, between this and Jeepers Creepers, what was going on?
They tried to throw some Easter eggs in there, but it still didn't work.
No.
Like when Corey was like standing outside of Lori's window by the bushes looking up at her. Okay, like we already know. There's so many memes like that. We've seen that. Thanks for the Easter egg. We don't want this Corey dude. We want Michael Myers.
No, I didn't care for him
Michael
at all.
Out there standing by the bushes looking up at Lori. Put that. Don't put Corey out there standing by the bushes looking at. Come on.
So thanks for 2 totally different movies. You know, for doing something that had nothing to do with Michael Myers and trying to splice it together and make it fit. And no, we're angry. I'm not saying thank you. I'm being smart when I say that. I'm being very sarcastic. You know what? Let's just go ahead. You want to give them a little bit of information? Because I'm so upset. This is just...
Okay, so the movie ends on a series of shots of empty rooms in Laurie's house, similar to how Halloween 1978 ends. Because they're trying to give us a little bit, you know, fan things, but
it still didn't
give
work.
us a good movie.
You didn't.
How about that? Give us a good movie.
It didn't even help.
Michael's unequivocal death at the film's conclusion means that Laurie Strode and Lindsay Wallace are the only characters to survive from the original Halloween 1978 through Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills 2021, Halloween Ends 2022. Furthermore, it means Lindsay is the only character to survive their very appearance in the Halloween franchise, living through Halloween 1978, Halloween 2 1981, Halloween 4 1988, Halloween 2007, Halloween Kills 2021, and Halloween Ends 2022. I'm sorry I said it. It was in my notes.
No, it's fine.
Corey Cunningham, Rowan Campbell, is a new character inspired by the character Arnie Cunningham, Keith Gordon from Christine, 1983.
What?
When we're introduced to Corey in Halloween Ends, he's shown to have a similar haircut, an identical blue cotton button-up shirt, black glasses that Arnie has in Christine.
Whatever. No, it didn't. I didn't feel any of that. What are they even talking about? These are 2 totally different characters, 2 totally different backgrounds. So I don't know where somebody thought that would. Go ahead.
When Frank and Laurie are at the grocery store, the song playing over the speakers is the tonal version of Don't Fear the Reaper, an Easter egg, as this song is frequently used in the Halloween series.
Didn't even catch it.
I did. The simple reason why Michael is credited as the Shape is because that's how John Carpenter referred to him in the script and would use that nickname when describing the mask. You know, going back to the grocery scene, that's another one of those weird writing things. Laurie comes out of the store. She's happy about something, a conversation or something. And there's a lady sitting out there with her sister in a wheelchair talking about, what are you smiling about? Why are you happy? You don't deserve to be happy. You did this.
I didn't even know that lady survived from the last Halloween.
Yeah.
We had no clue. When he went in and killed the elderly couple, we didn't know that lady survived. But the fact that I don't understand what the town is even attacking her for. None of it makes any sense.
Thank you.
Everybody
is not Michael Myers.
No.
She did not make him hurt your sister and kill your brother-in-law and you know everybody you listed off. Laurie had nothing to do with that. She's trying to survive just like y'all were trying to survive.
It's totally misguided.
The writing is just weird.
It was totally misguided.
That threw me off. It was off-putting.
It's her fault that the serial killer comes back and kills people and tries to kill her and doesn't succeed. That's her fault.
Yeah, and
It's
she's
so
not allowed to be
misguided.
happy at all.
It didn't make any sense.
If
None
they
of
knew how
it.
she was living, well, I guess they wouldn't care. They just
No,
feel like good.
She's been in mental institutes and had a really rough life, and I mean, her daughter got murdered. And you guys are saying that she triggers him? Yeah. No, he triggers her. If anything, she's not begging for him to come.
How many times did she try to tell the town too, like, he's coming, lock your doors, whatever, and stuff like that. And people just be like, oh, it's Halloween, we're gonna get that candy, like.
This was nothing,
It was just weird. Like, who wrote this?
Flat out, the movie was not good. If you have Peacock, sure. If you've watched all the Halloweens, I would say watch it if you already have Peacock, because you need to see how this ends. You're not going to be happy about it. Just watch it free. Would I tell you to go to the movies? Absolutely not. There were people who were saying, I just want to go for the theater, the theater feel. Because sometimes there's certain stuff that we watch and we're like, oh, this would have been great in theater.
You're going to go to that theater feel and everybody's going to be like,
for nothing.
Why did I spend all this money?
There's no reason to go to the theater. There's absolutely nothing. No good kills, nothing, no jumps, none of that. And I don't like how they twisted the main little guy up. It wasn't good. And sorry, you ready to give this clappers? Because I'm.
Yeah, go ahead. Give them the clappers.
1.5. And I'm just being.
Why do you keep doing 1.5? Why do you keep being so generous with the 5, the 0.5?
I always have to give a little bit of respect to the actors. Jamie Lee
is the one. Yeah. That's the respect.
I'm not even going to argue with you about it.
You didn't say 0. The respect is the one. That is for the actors and the
our scream
effort.
Queen and
because I'm going to give it 1, and I'm not going to feel bad about it because you're lucky you didn't get 0. And I'm sorry, if somebody's upset, I don't know how you could be, because like I said, this writing was horrible.
Nothing flowed.
It didn't work. It's like it doesn't fit. It's so disjointed. Like, how are
Very
you blaming
disjointed.
Lori for stuff Michael did? I don't get that.
None of it made any sense.
And then Corey, how you go from having a guy who's bullied and beat her and stuff, and then
oops, I'm accidentally a circle now. Oops. What? Yeah. Where did this?
Because he was weak in the weak moment, and he felt the power. He felt the strength.
Sorry, I'm giving it 1.5 clappers. She's giving it 1. I'm not even arguing with her about it because
I'm barely
it's
giving
accurate.
It 1 too. I'm barely giving it 1.
What I recommend, like I said, if you got Peacock, fine. Don't go to theaters.
If you got Peacock and you have time to spend, and you're not going to be salty about losing that time, your hour and 51 minutes of your life. Plus, you have the option to fast forward too, if you want to. But don't say that we didn't warn you.
Disappointed, hurt. Frankly, I know this is supposed to be the last final one, like really, really it. Don't do that to us. Yeah. Come on. Bring back. I don't even care if you bring Rob Zombie to do it. People are on the fence about the Rob Zombie versions. I'm not. I like the Rob Zombie versions. I had a few issues with some of the storyline, but I liked it. Yeah. Bring back somebody who has done these before and is knowledgeable on all of the storyline. This didn't even feel like a slasher. Didn't feel like Halloween. None of it. I didn't get the creepy, eerie feeling that I always get watching Halloweens. So let's go ahead and end this, honey, because I'm starting to get hot. Okay?
All right.
There, you have our review.
Where can they find us?
Take it. Please take our advice on that. Trust us. Tell us what you thought about it. You can find us on Facebook.
Slow it down.
We're on YouTube. Because I'm hot. We're on Instagram. we're on Cash App as well. Also, we are now on the FearCon network. So go to Connect to Your City Studios. Click on the FearCon tab. You'll see a lot of our horror and thriller reviews on there. Also, check out Phoenix FearCon. A lot of stuff going on throughout the year with horror and all kinds of good, fun stuff to get into with them.
PhoenixFearCon.com.
Yes, PhoenixFearCon.com. So we want to thank you very much for tuning in to our review of Halloween Ends. Take it as we're giving it to you raw.
You agree with us?
Yes, tell us some stuff in there. But anyways, thank you very much for tuning in. We will see you back soon. Happy Halloweeny.